is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with another video on Monday. And we're going to talk about my guy, number 20. The coach and the player rejoined each other. Gordon Hayward and Brad Stevens. We're going to talk about a thing that I've been talking to a lot of people about. If you're new to the channel, I am a Boston Celtics fan for many, many years. And it does hurt me to say it because once we got Gordon Hayward, I felt like we was almost right there to compete for a title. Then we get Kyrie Irving on top of that. And we go from a team that's up and coming to one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. We did get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we didn't go back with Kyrie and Gordon Hayward healthy. Unfortunately, they're in a predicament. And they don't have to rush to make this decision. They're just going to have to decide what they're going to do with their decision because Jason Tatum's contract is coming up. And what I mean by that is the extension that will allow him to be able to stay with the Celtics for another 4 to 5 years, depending on what they negotiate, is coming. Which means they're going to have to pay Gordon Hayward. They're going to have to pay Jason Tatum even more money in the future just because his rookie scale contract is coming to an end. Which means you pay Marcus Smart, you pay Kemba, you also just pay Jaylen Brown. Which means you only got so much money. You only got so many players that you can fit on this roster. And when you look at Gordon Hayward contract currently, this man is making $32 million. Jaylen Brown is making $6 million. And on top of that, Marcus Smart is making $12 million. And this is the crazy thing. Kemba Walker with the knee problems now. He's 30 years old and he's making $32 million. Jaylen Brown contract is about to kick in, and eventually Jason Tatum, once they negotiate the extension this up-and-coming season, his contract kick in. The best part about it is Gordon Hayward contract is almost up. I remember being in the summertime making a video excited, ecstatic for us signing Gordon Hayward, and his contract is almost already up. The thing about Gordon Hayward that makes him a tradable asset is that he is a guy that's a modern day wing. He can handle the ball. He can play in pick and roll. He's a great passer for the position. He has legitimate size for the position as he is a legitimate 6'7", 225 pounds. Not only that, he can shoot the three, he can shoot the mid-range, and he is a decent free throw shooter for the position. Not only that, he is still young enough to still make a difference. Gordon Hayward is not 35, 36 years old where he's at the end of his career. He's still got a couple good years left in him, and he has proven that with the Celtics since the injury. Some people even thought he was a top 40 player in the league when I looked at the ESPN list. So that means he still does have something left in the tank. Plus, if you're trading or trying to acquire Gordon Hayward, his minutes will go up as you're going to have to pay him a lot of money, so you're going to want him to play a lot of minutes. And that will mean his numbers will be more inflated, which means that he could possibly make another All-Star game if he stays healthy. If you feel like Gordon Hayward can put up 16 to 20 points a game on a lot of other teams, that means he has a legitimate chance of making it to an All-Star team, even including the East. If he goes to the East, he has an even higher chance of making it to the All-Star game because it is easier to make it to the All-Star game in the East than it is the West. But people forget that he was an All-Star in the West with the Utah Jazz, so he still possibly could do that too, depending on how they use him, how much minutes they give him, and the opportunity that he has with the next team that he's on. And the only reason why I talk like that is because if Gordon Hayward don't take a substantial pay cut, there's no way the Boston Celtics can pay him anyway. So you can say they got Brad Stevens, they got chemistry, they love him there. It's all about the cap space. You only can really do so much. And let's not forget Corona damaged the potential cap space in the future. We don't know. how that's going to be. We don't know what it's going to be, which means it's even more harder to keep a guy like Hayward with Jaylen Brown and Tatum contract extensions potentially to kick in the next one, and next year after that, it's going to be tough to keep Gordon Hayward anyway. The best part about Gordon Hayward contract too is when you aspire in deals, teams will trade for you just because they can get you off their books, which means that the Boston Celtics can do something like that. They can get a couple pieces to get off Gordon Hayward contract, so another team can use that money to clear their books of players that they possibly don't want or possibly gave up on, which means the Celtics can get assets for Gordon Hayward, and Gordon Hayward can potentially go to a different team, show what he still has left in the tank, which he showed even on the Celtics that he got a lot left in the tank, and then he can still go into free agency that year and pick any team that he will want to go to that has interest in him and can possibly resurrect his career and get it on a different type of course and a different type of track. I love Gordon Hayward. I was happy when we got him. He has went out there and did whatever he could under his circumstances, and he has still shown that he can be a productive player in this league. And I really was excited for him. But with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum becoming the team and the future of this team, it's eventually time for us to move on and try to go in a different direction, because the Gordon Hayward Kyrie experiment, even though it looked good on paper, even though it did make some type of sense, it didn't honestly work out. As a Celtics fan, I'm disappointed in that. But Kyrie had multiple injuries throughout his time in Boston, and Gordon Hayward had a tragic injury that none of us saw coming, especially because it was game one of the NBA season, which none of us thought would have happened. That was the last thing we would have thought of, but it is something that can happen, and it did, and it was sadly happened to my Celtics. We had a bright future. We still did get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but just imagine if Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving was healthy, we would have had a better record and a better chance of beating the Cavaliers that season and going to the NBA Finals and potentially playing the Golden State Warriors for an NBA title. But, what's the point of playing what ifs if it ain't going to come to reality? And with Kyrie Irving gone and Gordon Hayward contract going out and he looking for another payday, it looks like Gordon Hayward will be gone. And the biggest reason why I wanted to make this video just to show you guys that time flies, things happen, and you have to be able to readjust and you have to be able to refigure. And that's one thing you can't give Danny Ainge credit for. He has found a way with the injuries through all the chaos to still make a team that's a top 3 team currently in the Eastern Conference, with Gordon Hayward missing some games this year and without Kyrie, and he was still able to get guys like Tatum and Brown. He took gambles on them. He had a lot of players playing that same position, but year after year, these guys continue to work that off and continue to play hard and continue to play on both ends of the court, and they both became all-star caliber players, and it actually made Gordon Hayward even easier to be expendable just because they do have other guards and wings on their bench that they can possibly develop. Plus, they still can draft some in the draft if they need some for more length and size. They can still pick them up in the late first and second round, as this up-and-coming draft has a lot of wings and a lot of guards already at their disposal if they do want to pick one up and develop it to come off the bench for Tatum or Brown. It doesn't make a difference. And even though Gordon Hayward is in a tough situation as he has become an all-star to the top of the league, to going all the way down to just another player in the league to some people, I think Gordon Hayward can still make an all-star team or two depending on how the team utilizes him in his role in that team. He still has a lot of the main qualities and skill sets that you need to be successful in the NBA. It's just time for us to move on from him, and it's time for him to resurrect and put his career in a different site and direction, and hopefully it can work out for him if he do decide to leave Boston for another opportunity to become a main-time starter and to get paid around 20 to 15 to 20 million from another team, which the Celtics will not be able to offer him, as the other contracts will start kicking in, making it harder and tougher to realistically keep a player of his caliber on the roster without a significant pay cut coming his way. But I definitely can see teams being interested in Hayward because he has shown for the last 2 seasons flashes that he can be still a special player in his league. He just don't get enough opportunity, enough touches on this team, as now has become a Tatum and Kemba team, as they was the 2 all-stars on this roster this season. So they already moved in a different direction. They already put Gordon Hayward in a different role, and now it's time for us to possibly move forward without him within the next 1 to 2 years. Let me know what you guys think. Should they keep Gordon Hayward? Should he take a pay cut? Do you think he can still be an All-Star? Can he still become an All-Star? Or do you think Gordon Hayward is going to be a role player for the rest of his career after that catastrophic injury? Or do you think he can resurrect his career within the next 1 to 2 years on a different team, as he still has the height, the size, and the skill set to still be a very valuable player in the league? Whatever you think, let me know in the comment section below, as I do read every comment. Also, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. The link will be in the description comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Links will be in the description and comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. And I'm also asking you guys for something simple. Just like and share this video. If you enjoy my videos, you love them, liking and share allows it to reach more people. More people that see it, the more this channel can grow. And that's just a small little thing I asked you guys to do to show love and support to the channel, like you guys have been doing for years. I just don't want you guys to stop, as I continue want the channel to go in the direction that it's been going in. Other than that, I do make videos just like this each and every day, whether it's discussions, top 10 lists, free agency, trade deadlines, summer league, NBA playoff predictions, or even videos that are breakdowns with real footage, whether it's rookies, players, legends, or even summer league analysis. I have you guys covered. Other than that, I'll be back with another video Tuesday. And if you love this video, you love this channel, why not subscribe? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think about the Boston Celtics moving on from Gordon Hayward. Should they do it? Should they not do it? And also, should Gordon Hayward look for his own best interest and try to make his career resurrect so you have a better chance of making it to the Hall of Fame in the future? I love him. I'm glad that we got him, but we also going in a different direction with Kemba and Tatum, and it's now time to turn the keys over to them fully, and I think it's only right, as they are the future of the Celtics, and that's what you have to do. It's a tough thing to do in the league. It's something that you really don't want to accept until you're ready to retire or getting close to retirement, but like I said, time flies, and Gordon Hayward, his time is almost done, potentially, with the Boston Celtics.